Behind closed doors in Silicon Valley, the atmosphere has shifted from euphoric to anxious. Executives at the largest technology companies are staring down massive, unsustainable bills for their AI software experiments, and the math simply isn't adding up. The scale of this spending problem became undeniable when internal reports revealed that Uber completely exhausted its entire 2026 AI cloud budget by April of that year. This isn't an isolated incident. Even Microsoft, the company that largely kicked off the current boom, is quietly scaling back on its external AI subscriptions to stem the bleeding. The root cause of this massive capital drain is a dynamic called token maxing. A token is basically a single piece of a word or data an AI model processes. Right now, developers are burning through millions of these hyper-expensive computational tokens at an unprecedented rate. The problem for leadership is that despite burning billions on these processing tokens, they cannot point to any tangible improvements in the user experience. Their core software products remain largely unchanged. These budgetary constraints at the top of the food chain suggest the initial software-heavy approach to AI is hitting a massive financial wall as cloud costs outpace the value they generate. Because software is turning into a financial black hole, institutional investors are quietly migrating their capital away from code and toward physical reality. This abstract flowchart shows how purely digital AI software code weighs down physical server infrastructure. Processing those billions of tokens require massive, resource-heavy physical data centers that are incredibly demanding to build. This constraint led to an investment playbook focusing heavily on resources and receivers. These elements act as mandatory foundational pillars supporting the entire server infrastructure, proving the digital revolution entirely depends on tangible assets. The first major bottleneck in this physical reality is the electrical grid. Powering these AI hubs requires vast capital investment into our aging transmission networks. The second physical requirement is raw material. Expanding these data centers globally absolutely requires millions of tons of structural materials, particularly specialized green steel infrastructure. For investors, funding this heavy industrial expansion represents the ultimate picks and shovels play of the modern AI gold rush. This shift signals that the immediate financial opportunity has moved from the software layer to the physical energy and materials required to sustain it. If we look back at consumer technology, a successful AI product moves beyond the screen and into the physical world, navigating unpredictable real-time environments. That requirement points directly to the emerging $10 trillion robotaxi market. This brings us to a deeply discounted, unconventional AI play positioned to capture that exact market: Rivian. Comparing Rivian's stock against internal investments. While retail investors panicked over a 24% drop, institutional money contrasts that with rapidly rising R&D spending. Isolating that spending shows a massive portion strictly dedicated to developing AI and autonomous driving, masking long-term value. Which brings us full circle. The exact same company that burned through its software budget back in April is now pivoting directly toward this physical hardware solution. Uber has officially committed to purchasing 50,000 Rivian R2 SUVs to serve as the physical foundation for their future autonomous fleet. This specific, massive acquisition demonstrates that the physical, hardware-based AI use case is actively replacing software-only experiments at the institutional level. The ultimate winners escaping the current capital drain won't be the companies writing the code. They will be the companies building the electrical grid, forging the industrial steel, putting autonomous machines on the road.